Hey everyone, welcome back to Build Your English. Today we are going to talk about something very real life, very practical, and honestly, sometimes a little stressful. We are going to talk about English phrases for banking and money matters. Money connects to daily life. It connects to rent, travel, study, family, dreams, and responsibilities. And whenever money is involved, people want to feel safe, confident, and clear. So in this episode, we will walk through the key phrases you need in banks, at ATMs, online banking, opening accounts, solving problems, and asking for help when something goes wrong. As always, you can relax while listening. Imagine we are just having a calm conversation. You do not have to memorize every phrase right away. Let them wash over you, and slowly your brain will get comfortable with money English. Let's begin gently by imagining you walk into a bank. You push open the door. You see counters, forms, numbers on screens, people waiting. Maybe your heart beats a little faster because you worry about speaking English. But then you take a breath. You remind yourself you are learning, you are growing, you belong here just like anyone else. So the first useful set of phrases is for starting a conversation with bank staff. You may say things like, "I need some help with my account. I would like to speak with a representative, please. I have a few questions about my banking options. I am here to open a new account." Or, "I need assistance with a transaction." These phrases are calm, polite, and clear. They help you begin without pressure. Once the conversation starts, the bank worker may ask what kind of service you need, and this is where more specific phrases help you. Maybe you want to open a bank account because you started a job, moved to a new country, or began studying abroad. You might say, "I would like to open a checking account," or "I would like to open a savings account." A checking account is usually for everyday spending with cards and bills. A savings account is mainly for keeping money and earning a little interest. To make your purpose clear, you might add, "This account is for my salary," or "This account is for saving money long term." Then comes another typical banking moment. The staff asks for documents. This is where students often freeze. Instead, you can calmly say, "Please let me know which documents you need," or "I have my passport and proof of address here." If you do not understand something, it is absolutely okay to say, "Could you explain that again in a simpler way?" Or, "I am still learning English, so please speak slowly." This is not weakness, this is courage. Now let us move toward deposits and withdrawals. These are everyday actions, but they still need the right English. When you are putting money into your account, you may say, "I would like to make a deposit," or "I need to deposit this cash." When you are taking money out, you may say, "I would like to withdraw some money," or "I need to take out cash from my account." Sometimes you want a specific bill size. Then you can say, "Can I get smaller bills, please?" Or, "May I have 20s and 10s?" You can probably feel how these phrases start to build confidence inside you. Each sentence becomes a tool in your pocket. Let us move now to ATMs. ATMs can be confusing, even for native speakers when something goes wrong. So you might say, "The ATM kept my card," or "The ATM did not dispense cash, but my balance went down." These situations are stressful. It helps to add calm, connecting phrases like, "I'm worried because," or "I think there has been a mistake." Then the conversation becomes softer and easier. Another very common area is online banking and apps. Many people use mobile banking daily now. You might need phrases such as, "I cannot log into my online banking," or my transfer is still pending, or the app keeps showing an error message. When you are moving money between accounts, phrases like, I would like to transfer money to another account, or I need to send money overseas, feel very practical. To sound natural, you can add little context. This is for my rent payment, or this is for my family back home. Language becomes warmer when connection is included. Now let's talk about cards: debit cards, credit cards, lost cards, and new cards. When something happens to your card, it can be very stressful, but your English can help you stay calm. You might say, my card has been lost, or my card was stolen. Then immediately add, please block it as soon as possible. If you simply need a replacement, you could say, I need to request a new card, or my card is damaged and no longer works. For credit cards specifically, you may use phrases like, I would like to apply for a credit card, or what is the interest rate on this card? Those phrases help you sound clear, confident, and responsible. Let us gently move into fees, charges, and confusion. Sometimes we look at our bank statement and feel surprised or worried. You might see a number and think, where did that come from? In English, you can say, I don't recognize this transaction, or could you please explain this fee? If something seems wrong, I would like to dispute this charge is a powerful and very natural phrase. When you want reassurance, you can add lofter language. I just want to make sure everything is correct, or I want to better understand my statement. That tone creates cooperation instead of conflict. Now let's talk about loans and big financial steps. Maybe you are thinking about a car, a home, or studies. These situations can feel heavy, but the language can still be calm and friendly. You might say, I am interested in applying for a loan, or what are the repayment terms? If you are unsure, you can say, I am just exploring my options right now. This gives you space, reduces pressure, and keeps the conversation comfortable. Let us shift gently to safety language, because scams and fraud unfortunately exist. You may say, I think there has been suspicious activity on my account, or there are transactions I did not make. Then add, please freeze my account temporarily. This combination protects your money while sounding clear and confident. Now, here is something many learners feel nervous about: admitting you do not understand. But actually, this is one of the strongest skills in English. You can say, could you please explain that step by step? Or, I did not fully understand. Can you say that again slowly? Banking has technical language, even for native speakers, so asking for clarity is normal, natural, intelligent. Let us expand this deeper with example mini conversations. You walk into the bank and say calmly, hello, I need help opening a new account. The staff smiles and asks what type. You reply, I would like a checking account for everyday use. Also, I'm interested in a savings account for long-term goals. The staff asks for documents. You say, here is my ID and proof of address. Please tell me if anything else is required. The process suddenly feels easy. You realize English banking phrases are not as scary as you once thought. Another small situation, you check your account and see a strange charge. Instead of panicking, you call the bank. You say, I do not recognize a transaction on my statement. Could you please look into it for me? The worker asks for details. You say calmly, yes, it is the charge from last Friday. I did not make this purchase. Now the bank starts investigating. You feel safer. Language gave you control. Let's also think about politeness flow. Adding softeners helps your request feel more friendly. Could you please? Would it be possible to? I would really appreciate your help with. These phrases make conversations smoother, and because banking topics can already feel tense, that gentle tone is powerful. Now, let us imagine emotional connection. Money connects to life stories. Maybe you are supporting family members. Maybe you are saving for a dream trip. Maybe you are restarting your life in a new country. Each deposit, transfer, and small decision reflects your effort. When you speak these phrases, you're not just using English, you're building independence. Another important part is clarifying costs and details. You can say, "Are there any monthly fees for this account?" Or, "Is there a minimum balance requirement?" If something is unclear, add, "I just want to be sure I understand correctly." This prevents misunderstandings and shows responsibility. We also include currency and exchange phrases. At a bank or exchange counter, you might say, "I would like to exchange currency," or "What is the current exchange rate?" When traveling, these phrases make movement easier and safer. Now, let us gently guide toward confidence mindset. Learning banking English is not only about phrases, it's about believing, "I can handle important conversations. I can take care of myself in another language. I deserve clarity and respect." Every time you practice, your voice becomes steadier. You no longer freeze. You speak slowly, clearly, and kindly, and the world responds to you differently. Before we move to the closing part of the script, here is a gentle reminder. You do not need to sound perfect. You do not need complex vocabulary. Banking workers do not need fancy English. They need clear meaning. Even simple phrases said calmly are powerful. Now let us bring this lesson home. You now have phrases for opening accounts, deposits and withdrawals, ATM problems, lost cards, transfers, fees, loans, questions, and safety. You have examples, soft connecting sentences, and confidence language. And most importantly, you practiced staying calm while talking about money. And as we close, here is your gentle encouragement. Money conversations can be heavy, but you are learning, you are growing. Every new phrase is one step toward independence. Keep practicing these phrases, listen again if needed, and take your time. Your English will meet your life little by little, and your future self will thank you. Dear learner, keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and keep building your English step by step. Until next time, happy learning and confident communication in every part of your financial life.